Okay, well, it's been a while now since I repaired the stem here. It's been going really, really well, no problems. Pulled the front wheel off just to do a tighten up on the bolt because it was settling in a little bit. And yeah, but I just thought I'd show that before I go anywhere, that everyone goes, oh, you can't take off on these things. Mummy, it's too savage. Fuck me dead. Anyway, yeah, it's just really running very nicely at the moment. And in fact, one of the side effects of having fixed it up is that as soon as you, because the floor sort of presents itself slowly, and you get used to the subtle changes, but basically you can hear that there's a lot less, well, maybe you can't hear it, but I certainly can. There's a lot less of a kind of a noticeable clankety clank going over bumps. Now there's still some clankety clank going over bumps, but it's got sort of more of a softer sound to it, you know? Like you might go, fucking hell, what's he even talking about? I can't hear it at all. But yeah, it certainly does feel tighter, and I think also the shim that I put in yesterday helps with a little bit of that as well, because you know, it's one thing to have a nut holding it, well, you know, and a nut riding it, but it's another thing to have the axle in actually nice and firm and stuff. And so yeah, it's good. One of the things that I'll definitely say after having ridden the MX60 around every day as the daily driver is that while you've got a whole bunch of real advantages on the MX60, such as the pneumatic tyres hiding the bumps from you, doesn't mean that there aren't as many bumps, and also softening the shock to the wheel, because the wheel's actually filled with electronic components and a bunch of magnets, and so the more that gets punished, the worse it is for it. But anyway, I just really come back to liking this scoot. Like, I've got room to move around on it. You know, I normally stand a little ways back from it. Hopefully this will give you an idea. Oh my God, I took my hand off. So, you know, I can have my weight further back, which the MX60 sort of forces upon you by having this stem closer to you, because it comes much more back at an angle rather than being vertical like this one is. And I guess that's good, because if you push on this, you're more likely to, oh, look at that, the stem's wobbling. You're pushing it at a bad angle, whereas by forcing it at a forward angle, a bit like the boosted rev does, any forward pressure that you put on it's more likely to go down the stem than, you know, force it along. And as well, this hinge bit here, oh, look at that, it's loose. Fucking hell, I should be dead. How do I tighten this up while I'm riding? Oh my God! I used my fucking foot. Yeah, the whole thing's really just a much more enjoyable little scoot to get from place to place on, you know? Like, sure, if you want to go fast, I want to go fast! Then get a 010. And please, when you get the 010X, post your crashed, broken shoulder videos on YouTube and maybe pictures of your X-rays on Reddit. Thanks, that'd be great. Looking forward to the good laugh there. Anyway, yeah, look, this thing's just really cooking along well now. I'm guessing, because it's got no speedo, that it's done about, you know, probably 3,000 Ks. I don't know. The other ones I've had for about a third of the time, and it's got 1,000 Ks on it already. But you know, this is just a lovely little scoot. It's a good compromise in sizes to get you in and out of your car without needing to be Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it has a pretty reasonable handling. It's very safe feeling. It's not twitchy. Isn't it nice the way all these cars give me space? Fucking love it out here. People are nice. Well, you know, you meet the occasional cunt, but people are basically nice, unlike in Brisbane or any big city for that matter. But yeah, look, you know, I just like this scoot. It ticks all my boxes, and you know, so far, let's call it 2,500 Ks. Haven't needed to change the tyre. No flats, no punctures. Unsurprising there. This little bridge here is pretty bumpy up here. People go, oh, the potholes, the potholes, the potholes. Well, come right out here and see what potholes are. No, it's great. And, you know, a little bit of technique advice. Always put your weight back if you can, you know, like in advance when you hit a bump, because it unloads the front wheel and puts the angle of forces better so that the front wheel doesn't get jammed in. And if you're kind of wondering why that makes a difference, well, here's an experiment. Get a stick, right? You know, just pick one up off the ground long enough for you to hold on to. You might think of it as a walking stick sort of size, and drag it along behind you. See how much it gets caught in stuff. And the answer is not very much. Now, push it in front of you and look at that angle down as being a vector of forces. You know, the stick has an angle to the ground, and the more oblique it is, the more it's going to get. Well, you know, it'll get dragged into stuff, right? You know, because that's how it is with a stick in front of you. Oh, blacks cows. Oh, calves actually. But yeah, it's Oh, what did I do then? It helps the wheel to get over it. Now, obviously, if the wheel is bigger, it gets over bigger bumps. Oh, look, potholes. What do I do? Oh my God. But that's why, like, the NASA rover's got like a really big front dual bogey wheel on it compared to, you know, other things at the back. Like the back wheel is round and just standard, but on the rough terrain of Mars, they've got, like, you know, a dual wheel bogey so that it can lift up, and that's because they're changing the center of force for where the vectors of the force lie. Gee, I phrased that really badly, didn't I? Oh well, too bad. I'm not really good at talking about physics while riding a scooter with one hand in my pocket and one hand on the thing, you know, but there it is. God, it's nice to see how beautiful and green it is out here. It's lovely. And by the way, the reason why I can ride with one hand on this thing is because of steering geometry. Yes, it matters. See, it's actually stable, you know, whereas the Zero, if you tried this, you'd be on your face. I don't know. I wish people could learn. Anyway, it's a lovely day out here in Killarney, out on the Gorge Road, and it's lovely to see how much green there is, you know, after drought, and, you know, winter's always dry anyway. It's just really good to see all the green shit growing. Love it. Bit of gravel, avoid the puddle, skirt around some of the bumps. I guess the next thing that's going to happen to my little scooty woody here is that I'm going to have to do something about the battery situation, because I've noticed that when I pop it off the charger, it drops down to 52. So that means the pack's out of balance somewhere. Probably because the BMS is a bit crummy, because I'll assume it's the same kind of BMS as the other one. It's not balance charging well. If I'm lucky, that's the only problem. But you know, I'll have to pull the battery apart soon and give it a look. But I really wanted to take it for a little bit of a ride today, because, you know, Sunday, go back to, well, you know, I don't go back to work because I work from home, but I'll be working all next week, so I'll probably pull the battery out and have a good look around inside next week, which means that I'll be back to the MX-60 for going to the shops and stuff. Yeah, g'day. Yeah. Hopefully the battery will be fixed by just a a BMS. I'll give everything a balance charge. And yeah, hopefully it'll come up nicely with that before I start really ripping its guts out. Well, hope you enjoyed the ride.